If you're wondering if it's still worth it to grow your Instagram organically, then I want you to watch this video because first I'm going to go into the different things I've been seeing on the platform and what are the different ways that you can position your content to get seen, because I don't want you to be putting all these hours and brain power into something that a lot of people just aren't seeing. So the first thing I want to mention is not to be afraid of the algorithm. You want to actually use it to your advantage. So basically, in a nutshell, when a person watches a video on Instagram, Instagram is going to try to follow that up with a similar piece of content that it thinks that that person will like. So they keep watching and they keep getting immersed in all of this content. So you want to create bingeable content for your audience as well. If someone comes across your video, how can they learn more? Is there another video? Is there another similar topic that they'll be interested in? And so you want to get really good at search. What are people searching for when it comes to you? And basically the topic that you can speak on. So that's actually why I encourage people to niche, because you want to be known for something. So if there's a particular topic that you like talking about, or your product falls in a particular topic, then it's good to be consistent, because that way when someone is searching for an answer to their problem, then hopefully your content will come up, because that usually is what happens if we are searching for something. A bunch of reels or some posts might come up, and then we look at it, and then if we resonate with that, then we'll keep watching similar content. So you want people to do the exact same thing when it comes to your content. Even if they watch someone that is different from you, then hopefully your video will come up next, because you got really good at understanding what people are searching for. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to use what they call alternative text, because that allows you to describe the images and the text of what you're putting in your post. So this is really good for people that have visual impairments, and it helps them to understand the content through screen readers. So when we talk about opening our access to more people to see your content, this is going to be very key. So you would go in your post settings, and then you will describe what is happening in your video, so that way people understand what's going on. Those of them, or those of us that have visual impairments, I should say. Also, you want to build a connection as well. So there are different ways that you can do that. The first way is you can share your story. That is a way for you to be authentic. People connect with something that is real. So for the most part, I don't think people are just going to be going up making up a story about their lives. There's something that happened to them that was a pivotal moment that allowed them to be able to do what it is that they do, whether that's selling products, selling services, or just speaking to people in a style like this. Could be podcasting as well. And so you want to just share things and how you overcame certain things. Like, you obviously don't want to get too personal, but just being able to share like a really good positive story that can help someone and encourage them on their journey, because you never know where people are in their journey. That can be very inspiring. You also want to celebrate the wins as well, because sometimes we are in just such a go, go, go mode that we don't celebrate how far we've come. We don't think too much about the past and where we were just struggling and now we're out of it. So it's very good to talk about that on social media, not in a boastful way, but in a way that's just like, wow, I went through so much, and thank God that I made it to this point, or now I'm able to help people. I'm able to get out of, a certain circumstance, and now I'm better for that thing. So that's a good thing to do. And be yourself. Like, don't try to be like other people. It's very easy to be inspired, which is good. It's good to be inspired by a lot of people, but you also want to have something that is yours, something that, when someone comes to your page, they're like, okay, that is Monique. That is Brian. That is so and so. So just figure out what are the different things that make you you about your personality, and think about how can you reflect that in your page, where someone can come onto your profile, they feel safe enough to learn more about what it is that you're talking about, and they even want to engage with you. So that's why it's very good to have conversational posts and not use something that's so robotic. You can use ChatGPT, you can use AI for your posts, but you don't want to just grab something that's, AI and then just post it. I think it's a lot more practical and a lot more meaningful if you use that as a starting point and then see how can you infuse your personality? How can you infuse how you talk, your tone, and everything that you want your brand to represent, to infuse that into your content and then hit post. That is more impactful and that is more meaningful as well. I also want to go back to niching as well, because I've heard conversations where people are saying, niching isn't as important as it used to be when a lot of us were talking about it. And, I can see that. I am definitely a fan of people posting all different types of things in their Instagram stories. I think that's a place where you can let loose. You can be more conversational and kind of show people what your day looks like. But I think on your feed, there has to be some sort of consistency where it's very obvious what you do, right? Because sometimes you can post a lot of content about the things that you do, and someone will still ask, you do this, right? And I think it's more of a way, like, just for them to start the conversation. It may not always be like they aren't aware that that's what you do, but I think it's much more clear if you consistently post content about a particular topic or a particular product, like an actual category of something that you can make your mark in as well. Where are you filling in the gaps, like with your products, with your services? And that is how you can do marketing well. And so that is what I would say. That is how you can stay organic, is definitely knowing what people are searching for and positioning your content to have those keywords inside of your titles, inside of your descriptions, inside of your captions, your hashtags as well. From what I've heard, I believe that hashtags don't really work the same way that they do before, but it's still good, I think, to try to categorize your content by using hashtags. So I think it's helpful with that. I did notice a few days ago, like, I tried to follow a particular hashtag because I wanted to just stay updated and I couldn't. So that's just one change that is happening with Instagram. But I don't think that searchability is going to go away, because that is how people even use websites. Like, that's how they get to different websites. If they use Google, if they use Bing, it's from search. So as long as your content is searchable and the content is helpful, it's very impactful, you get straight to the point, and you also have a bit of storytelling in there, that will help you a lot as well. So storytelling is definitely a skill that people can work on and just get better at over time. But how can you visually show, what you're talking about? How can you use language and tone to be able to captivate someone where they want to pay attention to what you have to say? And just thinking of those different things and having a beginning, a middle, and an end. I still stand by that, because that's how we tell stories. We have a nice opening, we have a nice hook, and then we share some context, and then we show, like, the so what. Why is this important to the person that's watching you or reading your posts? And that is how you can be organic, and using different ways to reshare that content. How can you creatively reshare old content? Because I don't believe in just posting content for that day and that's it. How can you bring it back up again? Can you refer your audience to that post when you're talking about something else? Like, maybe there's an update, but you can be like, hey, if you want to check this out, check out this post here, and link to that actual post, so people don't have to do any guesswork. They don't have to search for it. They can just click on that link and then watch more of what you talked about before. And I think it's really cool when creators are online and you can see how they have evolved over time, how their art got better. And even, this is applying to business owners as well. And you can just see how people have grown. That's inspiring, because a lot of us are trying to grow and get better as well. So it's nice to see someone else, like, the different struggles they went through and how they overcame it. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to comment down below, share it with a friend that is also looking to grow their business, and I'll see you in another video, Lord willing.